surround system, and then I've got other choice speakers, one for a 180 crossover and a couple satellites. And I can have it literally like rattling and shaking the house, playing like a conversation, like a podcast, and it just hits the tone hits is like boom, boom. I'm like, Jesus, like what the hell? I'll go over and knob it down a bit, because even on the Acoustimos woofer, it's like, I don't know, it's as big as some televisions. So it's got its own knobs wired into the back of that Bose system, and then I'm like, all right, let's tune that down a little bit. All right, let's turn that one down a little bit, and then kind of balance it out. And there's enough settings in here that if you get it just right, you're like, how far away, distance,
Wow.
change it for distance, change it for frequency, and then finally get it kind of like dialed in. And then I'm like, I don't know how my kids can tolerate that noise. I mean, I like noise. I want some boom in my bass. I don't want people talking to literally shake my house. That's a bit ridiculous.
It's
like, but sometimes it'll just kind of get out of whack. It'll get a little sensitive. I don't know. Well, I do know they're electronics, so there's an ebb and flow to the electronics. Sometimes it takes a while to heat up. Sometimes sometimes you leave it on all the time and your capacitors are nice and loose. Everything's flowing just fine. So you will get a change to your acoustic properties no matter what. And then the temperature changes outside, and suddenly it's 32 degrees outside, and you realize that your speakers are battling with keeping the house above 60 degrees instead of below 110. And then all those things kind of just warped it down a little bit. And I'm like, how is it that one day Joe Rogan sounds like Joe Rogan? It's Joe Rogan experience, and then the next day he says, and then you're like, well, why is it when you get into people's cars, well, that you're like, what are you listening to? Everything sounds tinny. Like, does it not irritate the shit out of you that there's not some sort of a balance? Like, I don't what. So, and those are people who they don't know, they don't care. That's even more upsetting.
Well, and I know I sounded really
oh, we're live, by the way.
Oh yeah, I figured that. I know this is going to sound dumb to some people, and some people might get it, but so for those of you who don't know, I recently downsized and I moved. I went to about half.
He's now only 5'3".
I'm no longer 6'5".
Nope.
I'm 4'6".
Welcome to the Oompa Loompas.
But yeah, which is still in progress. But my parents, being the sweet people they are, the housewarming gift was, they knew that one of the things I could not get out of my house was my studio desk, because I actually had 2 desks in 2 different rooms for my work. And I built the desks inside the room. Therefore, and they weren't expensive desks, but they're the type of desk that if you took them apart, they weren't really going to go back together. So I just
lots of dowels and twisty metal connectors.
Yeah, very IKEA, And they served their purpose for a long time. It was great.
You could have gone to war with them because you built them around you like you were, putting up a battle station. They're good that way, but
it's tricky. My parents,
pull the wrong pin, is never going to go back.
My parents gave me an early housewarming gift and said, "Look, this is your housewarming gift." And it was really nice because my mom went on and checked out Amazon desks for music studios.
Nice.
Now, if you put the word music studio or music workstation behind desk, you immediately add $300 to whatever you're buying. Right. I know this. I don't buy those things.
Right.
Because they're just out to get you. Right.
Right. You got to look for the sheep. What's utilitarian?
Yeah. So but they didn't buy me anything. They wanted me to choose because I need to know, I want to run, like I was telling Mr. Sinatra, I'm going to run 3 monitors now instead of 2, which will be nice. I have to have my mains at a certain level. I also need to corner it. And this is where I know I sound like a total music nerd, because 2 things that I did. Nerds! 2 things that I did was, one, when I got into the room that was going to be the studio, the woman must have thought I was crazy because I walked around the corners of the room clapping my hands, just listening to this open room, which I knew would change.
We like Matthew. He's special.
I like to clap. Do you hear that? I do. And then I knew it the other night when I was standing there with my parents and my girlfriend after they gave it to me. And I was trying to explain, I thought I was going to go this corner, but I'm going to go this corner. And I need to go corner because I don't do straight wall, because straight wall, when you're mixing, the sound goes back and bounces right back. You go into a corner, it dissipates into an angle and you get more of the room vibration.
Yes.
And I was like,
then you don't have to worry about acoustic phase
nobody wants to hear you right now.
You guys don't understand. This is part of my craft. This is my instrument.
Please shut up.
Beep boop, beep boop, beep boop, Urkel.
Nobody cares, and we don't know what you're talking about.
Dude, I get it. I get it 100%. I'm like,
yeah, it'll be on the 24th. So, and it's got some weird, it's supposedly a gaming table, as they call it, or whatever. It's got these LED lights that I don't care about.
Oh, yeah, the RGB lights. Lights are fun.
But it does have a power strip built in with 2 USBs in it, and that I do care about. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. But yeah, the dumpster I got, man, I should send you over the. If I shoot
call your girl the dumpster.
You should see the dumpster, man. So the dumpster, if you go over 1 ton, there's an additional charge.
Yeah.
Guess who went over 1 ton of purchase?
I bet that would be you because it's your dumpster.
That is correct. That is me. I didn't say. I don't have my phone here.
You went over a ton of detritus from your. That's amazing,
isn't it?
It's not bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I could probably, if I'm not being managed on collecting things and getting rid of things, yeah, I can go through a ton in a very short period of time. I'm like, put it in the shed. Kids, help me get all those boxes. Put them in the shed. They're like, do you need 9 keyboards? I'm like, don't fucking question me. They're all gaming keyboards. Y'all can have one, and then go put the other 6 in the shed. They're like, we can have one, yeah. Right. It was a deal. I got a deal on them. But then it's out of my system until
I do feel that I'm getting better at. I wasn't good to start with. Just dumping stuff of value.
Mm-hmm.
Like I gave away thousands of dollars of stuff because I was pressed for time and I just didn't want to deal with it. But I picked my people. I called my friend Sean up. I'm like, hey, do you want my kayaks? I got these 2 monster kayaks. They're $900 a piece that I paid for. He's like, yeah. I'm like, if you're not going to flip them and you're going to use them, which I think you will with your family, they're yours.
At least a couple times.
Yeah, he flips them. I'll be mad.
Get out there and use them.
Then I want to cut. Then bring me a cut, but so
That's cool. No, I'm the same way. To me, like I don't care about what things are worth unless I get a smoking hot deal on it, or unless if I eyeball something, and I have a good eye for electronics, I have a good eye for speakers, stereo equipment, headphones, things such as that. I've got a good eye for certain things that other people don't pay attention to, that when they have them, they appreciate them, which to me is key. Like, I get that most people don't go to thrift stores and see a center speaker was made in England in 2008, and I know it was worth $750. I know that they don't spot that. They see a big chunky center speaker that says $15 on it, and they think, God, this thing is really heavy and awkward. And I see it from a quarter mile away and go, God, I hope nobody fucking knows what they're looking at right now. And they casually go up to it and be like, oh, let's take a look at this thing. Holy shit. This is amazing. Get in the cart. Get in the cart. And
see,
then I'm happy to give it away.
That's the only thing I wish I could have done in this. I mean, I was so pressed for time, and I was late. I went late once, and then I had to take another additional day because I at one point I was supposed to be out, and I had worked 12 and a half hours, and I will never buy a 2-story house again. Room to go to a studio, but I went up and down those stairs so much that my body actually physically gave out, and I had to accept defeat. And then I had to call up the realtor guy and be like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to make it out. I said, I need more time. And it sucked because I was worried that was going to fudge the whole deal.
Right. Well, how long did they give you to close? A week?
Well, geez, the thing about it is the company I used it was my call.
Yeah,
I was really quick.
You did a cash buy and you did a like quick close.
Quick close, 10 days.
Like 30 days. I'm assuming you did like 2 weeks or less.
Yeah, no, it was really quick.
Yeah.
And I hired a crew to come out and take all the heavy stuff. I hired the dumpster that cost me $725 in the end, but it did take a ton of stuff away. But it was interesting to go through the process of trying to, by the end of it, what I was going to say is I literally, because my friend Bubba, Peter and I had this idea, that's my girlfriend's son, of the upstairs master faces the driveway. So we had the idea of taking the screen out, but neither of us could figure out how to get the screen out. Well, Bubba figured it out. So then we were just chucking things out of the screen so we didn't have to walk downstairs into the dumpster. And I literally threw out an Akai Z4 sampler that I know brand new is $2,000. I know I paid $1,000 for it, used. And it's in a dumpster somewhere.
You're just fed up with stuff.
it was like purging, and it sounds horrible because there were so many things that I threw away that I look at them and I could see the value. I mean, CDs, tons of self-help work stuff that I just went, goodbye to you.
Right. But it's fine. It already helps you.
Yeah, I'm done with you.
These things were there when you needed them.
It would be nice to pass it on to somebody else.
Right.
I just wasn't in the position to do it.
Yeah.
So it felt odd, but I got better at it.
Yeah.
And even now that I sit here, I'm still throwing stuff out because there's things in the beginning I was just like, oh no, I have to have this. This is really important to me.
Isn't that crazy?
You don't know what You don't remember this. This was that night in October, you know.
You suddenly is a jerk. I don't need any of this stuff. All I need is this paddle ball and this phone and the paddle ball. That's all I need. And then I need this.
Exactly.
What are you doing?
I know.
It's funny. You're right though. Like the things up front, where you you human beings attach meaning to objects because objects were part of our past, and so therefore objects must have meaning of some sort. And it's as if the object is the memory, but we know it's not. And we won't. There's certain things that we will not negotiate when we first start making a move like that, or like I don't know, the 5 moves in a year I think I made. When I literally had negotiated the clothes on my back, my CPAP machine, and maybe a couple of books by the end. Like I had started off and then I had settled, and then I had to dramatically move my. I had to dramatically choose what to leave behind in the dumpster, in an alley, wherever. And I realized that these things that I had attached myself to, they were, what is sentimentality for, you know?
Yeah.
When push comes to shove, do you really need it? And it's funny because when I kept the non-negotiable things, some of those non-negotiable things, and I finally settled someplace else. It's kind of like what you're doing now. You'd be like sitting around my desk right now going like, why do I have this? Like whatever it might be, let's say, you know, I don't know, it's a cologne that I have. I'd be like, why? I don't wear this cologne very often. Why is it on my desk and not in my bathroom? My cabinets are full. Fuck it. And I just throw it in the trash. You know, like I don't care that I paid $85 for it. It doesn't matter. It's not now. It's suddenly is not useful. And when you get to that point where you emotionally have let go of
Detachment.
those physical objects, then you can actually have the chance to breathe. And now they start to, you feel encumbered by them. You're like, oh, why is this fucking thing everywhere I go? And then you're like, throw this away. So they're just like, and then you pray to God that you'll never get back to that again. And you know, you start making deals with the universe that, hey, if I ever start hoarding shit, you know, shoot me with some lightning, get my attention, don't let me do it. I want to live a minimalist lifestyle.
Yeah. Well, 2 things on that. Number one is, I think that is half of the premise of Fight Club. Number one.
Yep, too much materials.
Yeah. Things you own eventually own you.
Yep.
And then number 2, and I love my mama, no doubt, but I don't know if it's her Catholic background or what. And I kind of agree with it now due to Ho'oponopono, but she she brings on guilt over material objects.
Yeah.
But it's the wrong guilt, I've realized. Like,
Yeah.
it's okay for that car to go somewhere else and live the rest of its life without me. I can white fang that car.
Right.
Go, drive away from me. I don't want you. You know, just white fang that thing. So, but every time I look at something, I was just like, damn, you know. I sold a guitar yesterday too to a buddy of mine because I need to thin out the herd a little bit. It's just too extreme. And I looked at it and I was like, duplicate, and that's the good one, you're out. Didn't take long.
It's good.
Took a mention to a friend and he's like, I'm interested. So now we got him on a payment plan, which is cool. But yeah, there's something to be said about it. I don't know if everybody gets to that point, and I assume they don't all get to it. Because as long as you're in the shuffle and you're running, and I catch
These nuts. Got him. Got him.
Sorry, these nuts. Go ahead.
I didn't know what that was. At first I thought that
These
was Mark.
nuts.
Yeah, so I don't wow. Thank you for totally breaking my train of thought, Mr. Producer.
You know, like when do people get to this point where they start to be able to detach
Yeah.
from those things? But what's with your mom not being able to let you detach from them, as if you are rejecting her upon being able to release a physical object back to the universe? Matthew, you remember when we got that for you, right? I remember where I was standing precisely. You're like,
Yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. Like
you're like, okay.
even when the couch was shredded and I got rid of it, and she was just like, "Do you know what we paid for that couch?" I'm like, "That was 20 years ago. It's broken and destroyed. I'm buying a new couch."
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
in all honesty, I think that's one of the beauties of the fact that she's dealing with cancer now. She's reevaluating all those things, which I think that's one of the benefits that comes from things like that. You know,
Yeah.
if there is a benefit, you know, I mean, it's a horrible way to get there, but you know, I know it did it for me. Are you wearing a polo shirt? Oh my God, you're such a fag. Are you allowed to say fag? Is that politically correct?
Are you making fun of me? Why are you making fun of me?
No, it's an ongoing joke.
Yeah, it's a polo shirt.
My girlfriend wants me to wear polo, and I'm starting to cave only because I realize polo makes shirts that actually would fit me, but
Yeah. Yeah, they're quite comfortable. They're cut well.
that's the
And,
exact.
and for a
That's what I
t-shirt,
hear. That's what I hear.
I'm all like head, neck, and torso. So
I'm all arms.
to get a t-shirt that fits, and actually is a little baggy. Actually, this one's a little baggy. But yeah, it's comfortable. You know, I don't feel like I'm wearing sweatsuit.
And I tell you what, you
I
guys
tell you what,
are all taking this punk rocker back into a world he's not used to. Even my daughter's freaking out. She's like, "Our house looks like a regular house. I don't like it." I said, "Look, you got your room. I got my studio. Rest of the house looks good. Keeping it clean, and that's it. We're done."
where'd you put your Han Solo and Carbonate?
It's in the studio. It's not. Yeah, I was threatening. I was still threatening to put the half stack in the living room, but I don't know, man. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm supposed to be an adult. I just don't know how to do it exactly.
It's overrated, my friend. It's overrated. It is overrated.
And my girlfriend's
My
way smarter than me, so I have to try to keep up.
my home looks like a
Looks like New York City behind you.
like a man cave, you know.
Oh, does it?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, I've got this corner of my living room is red and black checkered walls, and I'm in the corner with the wraparound desk with 2 computers, 4 monitors,
Well,
and then
where
I have I love lamps, clocks.
I love lamp.
I have one,
Nice
2,
brick.
3. I have 4 lamps, 2 boom mics, and Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 clocks. Not including what's on the TV, or what's on the computers. Just here. 7 clocks, I'm sorry.
I need to use the restroom. Can you
Go ahead,
cover me?
go ahead, Mr. One.
Something fun on or something? Don't lose our audience. Nobody go away. I'm coming right
Nobody
back.
go away. You must stay here, peoples. Shut up. Ooh. So let's see what's happening. You guys, anybody check out Twitch, Facebook? What's going on over there today? Yesterday I was threatened that they check our bit rate live. Excellent. All right, there we go. Bed stream looking good there. Oh, golly. If you're on Facebook, let's see if I can find you. Oh, golly. Here's Matthew. Sorry, I don't know. Ooh, Mexican train dominoes. That's fun. Oh, sorry. I started looking at Facebook. No, I don't look at Facebook. I should do that more often. Got some friend requests. I got some updates. It's my sister-in-law's birthday today. What else? Oh, somebody posted on my timeline the other day. What's that about? Oh, wiki whack. Oh, we are live on the Facebook. There we are. Matthew just got up to pee. Anyway, that stuff was fun. We are live on Facebook. We are live on.
We are live all across the world through
Last night I was on for a minute, or maybe the night before, I don't recall. And said that my YouTube channel was suspended. I didn't look into it beyond that. I just was like, whatever. That's what I expect. I haven't said or done anything inflammatory for a long time, so getting canceled is really not much of a shock. That's all. So let's see. Let's find a quick commercial to make us laugh. I need some laughter. Ow. Ooh. Hippo. Duck the patriarchy. How to create the life you want. 7 lessons. Standing up. Just met my dad in 1985. Hulk smash. Toxic masculinity. Fresh hot chips. What is this? Unsupported file format. That's what that is. Oh my, Geoffrey, how dare you try and share an unsupported file format? Oh, it's the MOV. Oh, that's why. That's why it's not working. Sus. Dude, nuts. Got him. What are you doing, step bro? Here it comes. Where'd you go, Matthew?
I'm coming.
Oh, yeah, no worries, no worries.
On my way.
The system is totally rigged. That's a good pipe. Oh,
Here, you want to do a commercial for a sponsor?
yep, I do. Steve Jobs. Song for party rocking. So clocks, I like clocks. Do you like clocks?
I'm sorry, you like what?
Clocks.
All right, it's sitting in my desk.
Seriously?
Seriously? Seriously? Seriously? Again? That's 4 times now.
Ready? Now? Oh. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. So good. Ow, ow. Ooh. So I have this shard of bone that comes out of my right. Ow.
Oh,
Comes
boy.
out of my hip. And this little shard. And every now and then I twist myself just so that it stabs me in the nerve in my right butt cheek. And it feels so good. It's amazing. Turn my back, it goes click, and then it pops back out. And then I make funny sound effects like, oh, E.
Does it hit the
Ah.
sciatic? Hit the sciatic?
No, this is specifically from breaking my the pars bone in my L5 vertebrae. And then this little shard of bone that I should probably have to remove it. Because it floats about back there sometimes. If I turn funny or I twist funny.
Finds its way into an uncomfortable situation.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, son of a motherless goat.
Man, when I went through my year where I could barely walk, all of a sudden I noticed everybody else who was dealing with back problems. Because you can just tell when people are walking, all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, we're all in pain.
Yeah. Right.
You know, like I never noticed you guys before.
Right. You're like,
Now I'm in the
"Bing."
club. I mean, I literally got kicked off of a fucking airplane because I couldn't walk. And it was what a fiasco that was. They thought I was drunk, but really it was my sciatic was kicking so fucking hard. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm dying here. I just want to go back home to Texas. I spent 3 days in New York trying to do business and walking way too much.
Oh yeah. Seriously? Seriously.
Yeah. American Airlines.
Oh,
I love you. You should know it.
I don't like them.
No kidding.
Whoa.
Hey, maybe you should play that video you made for that
The one?
weird ass song
The one with the thing?
with the thing that has the thing when you did the
Which
thing
one?
with the thing. You probably should have played it when I was going to the bathroom because now I'd have to sit there and listen to it. But
Yeah, it would make the most sense. The one
I
with the
like
music.
I like what you did with it. So
Yeah. Do you?
yeah, I do. I mean, other than distorting the sound, which I already told you about.
Oh, we have to bring that up again. We're just gonna kick a boy when he's down. Just kidding. I'm good.
Not mess with a musician's tone.
Dark Squad headquarters. Okay, I'm thinking with the right folder now. That's good. Oh, Oh,
Oh.
why is it when you squeeze your own ass, it's not ever quite as enjoyable as if you squeeze somebody else's?
Well, speak for yourself. I've got great hands.
Oh, that's funny. Or it's awesome. Hints. Cat drums. Here we go. I'm getting close. I can.
Why don't you prep it before you play it though?
Ooh,
Just so people know what the hell they're hearing.
ooh. Uh,
You look like you're in a lot of pain. You might need some.
Yeah.
You know, Walgreens has. Do you have one of those big ass ice things?
Ooh, a big ass ice thing.
Well, I don't know how to describe it.
Like an ice bag pack?
It's huge. Yeah, it's huge. They're like $20 or something like that. I think. I don't know. I lived with mine until it died.
No,
Also, I don't know if you guys have Dollar Generals out there.
we do, I think. Yeah.
They sell something called Blue Goo. It's basically icy hot, but it doesn't smell. And it's the best thing that I could have ever used. Oh, you're hurting, dude. You're going to pass out from pain. I can see it. You okay? Yeah, put that video on so you can have a minute. I don't know if you have stretches or anything you do.
You shit scrubbing bitch, I know you love it. Yeah, keep scrubbing around. I've got nothing to hide in my bowl, and you're just making a mess. Whoa, that's some thick shit. Someone's butthole must be sore. Hi, Joe Fowler here with a toilet sphere, a state-of-the-art spatula for.
I don't think this is exactly it, but it was close.
That sounded nothing like it. I was talking about the music video.
No, this. It's toilet spirit.
No, I was talking about the video you made for me.
I know, but I wanted to play a little something humorous for a second.
You asshole.
Eating up. You don't want to touch a dirty toilet sphere, but I do. Oh, fuck. Now come with me on a journey to find that shit I took earlier.
On a journey.
Just like how a tongue takes to the asshole, it's right here in my fucking face, folks. Look, it's patented taste bud technology helps skin the poop. Those old brushes just stick to the shit and make a mess, but the toilet sphere, it's like nothing sticks to it. Look, I've been on my knees for hours. I can't find any shit at all. Just water. You're gonna buy it. Or else. Watch. If you're anything like me, then you've got a lot of blood in your stool, and man, is it hard to clean up.
This is horrible.
I'm just eating Chipotle. It's not my fault it's so good. Now I can use the toilet sphere and really put my asshole through the ringer, and my toilet bowl's not gonna look like a goddamn crime scene. Whether I'm in the kitchen or my butt's itching, the toilet sphere is a product for me. It's great for clearing the rim.
You kind of want one though.
I need everyone to take the one in the chat if you're in the 14.5-inch and up club. I just want to know. Feel it to attack the crack. And the best thing about the toilet sphere is every single spear's been blessed by a priest, so they have a fighting chance against those kooky demons in your bowl. Drip too hard, don't use that brush, gonna slosh around your shit with this spear. No. And the spear shit sheet for just $10. We heard the outcry on Twitter for dual wielding. That's right. Let's go, Dex Builds. 2-for-1 special. $10, shipping and handling. Not available in stores. Buy it.
Is that a real product?
No, well, yes, it's a real product, but not called that. So the parody is obviously the
You shit.
Yeah,
the parody is the voiceover dub.
yeah, no kidding. Yeah, I kind of
But
picked
yeah,
up on that. But in a way, I kind of watched it and went, you know what? I could probably use that.
Yeah, I didn't need to know that. You know, looks like a crime. Change your mindset about pain and suffering. What happened to the best? Turbo scrub, my pillow.
You find it difficult.
This is right about the time we're losing our audience. They're just like, what in the hell are these guys doing?
No, no, this is actually not when. This is actually when we pick up audience. It's true.
Precisely. Do you want to kill your husband? Is it impossible to sexually arouse your partner? Well, it's time to learn about pillows. Wait, I just said pillow. You're talking about my pillow. Hey, Mike, how you doing? So you're here to tell everyone about my pillow? Looks like you already got some nice pillows. I don't need to tell you anything, but I'm here to talk about pillows that don't have nipples, you know, like the ones you sleep on. So I got the idea one day when I was getting fucked real hard for these guys, took all my money, broke my neck. So there I was, flopping around like a fish out of water. And it was like, you know, God spoke to me and told me, Mike, pull yourself together, man, because you need to start some pillows. Because, well, everyone uses pillows, you know, I'm sure you do. Okay, yeah, I've used one before. Awesome. Okay, now here's your standard everyday pillow. You know, you put stuff on it like your head and you're bouncing around. Then you got your jaw. There's so much pressure. Your jaw can snap in half because you got all that physics of the weight of your shoulder. Kind of hurt. Yeah, I'm sure there's other reasons for that. Okay, now here we have the
Oh, God.
Yeah, and they made my neck kind of hurt. Well, yeah, because you know they're just too soft. Yeah. All right, now speaking of too soft, check this out. We got ourselves a feather pillow. Now, feather pillows, you put all your weight on them, and look at that, they're so flat. Now, there's a reason for that. You see, scientists discovered that dinosaurs actually had feathers, and dinosaurs is not no in the past. You got to move on. Yeah, like why would you still be using ancient old technology? I mean, nowadays we have new technology, right?
Mhm.
I love the woman's voice.
Face. Now I got some
So
new
funny.
technology right here. Now this is your windpipe.
Yeah, like now, why would you?
All that air, you see, the way the body's built is air's traveling through, and you can break at any second now, and you can die, and then no one can't straighten it back out. I know I can't, and so what I do, you see, they can bend, they can fold, you can put weight on. Well, I mean, it's easy to see just by looking at the pillow that it's a premium, innovative new product, and everyone should have one. Why wouldn't you buy one? I've always been told that seeing is believing, but that's a bunch of bullshit. And the only way to believe something is to feel it.
It's great because it's a guy doing a girl, so it makes her seem even more trans
I got my
than she already looks.
It's just been so much fun.
You're allowed to say that.
More under my heart.
Isn't that nice?
That's enough, man. No more of that.
No more.
That is not shelf help.
That is show help.
Well,
Sometimes,
for the common
sometimes,
review. Yeah.
sometimes you just need something to laugh. Just laugh for a second.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, that's the chive way, right?
It's parody. Just parody. Let me pull up the YouTubes where put together the stop share.
On YouTube?
Yeah,
Oh. Maybe
I
I
think it's
don't.
I think it's private, but I believe I shared it with the Ponabona group. Same page.
That's just a little precursor.
That was really good. Am I good? I mean, yeah. Let's check the tubes. Unless my account's been
I'm just killing dead air time here, buddy.
So Matthew made a song. You probably do.
Song.
Unable to access a Google product. You've been redirected to this page for a particular product means that your access to this product has been suspended. Read on for more information. Your access.
Oh, we may not be able to play it because you got
There's
banned.
a perceived violation of either a Google terms of service or product specific terms of service. For specific product guidelines, please visit homepage. For each Google product you're interested in for a link to its terms of service. Google reserves the right to
dude.
disable an account For investigation, suspend a Google account. Suspend an account user from accessing particular product or entire Google account systems if the terms of service or product specific policies are violated. Terminate an account at any time for any reason with or without notice. Next steps for suspended accounts. If you believe your access to the product was suspended in error, contact us. I don't know what it is. I don't know what I was
Tell you what
suspended.
product? They're just like, do you
I
believe?
clicked
that-
on like YouTube. I think I clicked on YouTube.
I thought YouTube was the easiest one, and I've never had any problem with them. They're my go around to get around Facebook.
Oh, I maybe
I wanna
I
do
go to
Copywritten, I do it on YouTube, post it, and it's a big hassle, which is why I quit doing it. But
this is so strange. So I click on YouTube and then I go to log in and under Geoffrey Sinatra, it's like, nope. Okay, why? Why may I not see it?
and you are really failing me as my producer right now.
What do you do when you're supposed to this is so nuts, Matthew. If they don't tell me the reason why, how am I supposed to understand what's going on?
You know what they're doing, right?
They're getting rid of me.
Yeah, they're pushing us out. They've been doing it for a long time. I've seen it
Oh.
coming from the get-go. As soon as iTunes was created, as soon as Napster disappeared, they just legalized a way to go in and screw everything up, and that's what they're doing. That's why I went person to person, and I'm not on any of those things. But
Yeah.
now it's like, great. So you post a video. You look like you're about to. Are you okay? You look like you're about to nod off, man.
No, what's going beep? Is that you or me?
That's you.
Hmm.
Here, let's see something real quick. So now we sit here and we struggle to show our content that we created, but it's on their platform and they're saying, no, you can't show it. Your content is not welcome here.
Well, I can't even get to YouTube at all through Geoffrey Sinatra channel, which is bizarre. So look, this is YouTube homepage, right? Can you see it? It's got a
Yeah.
little Spider-Man in the corner and whatnot.
Yeah, I see it. I'm on it.
So where I'm getting booted is right here under sign in. So I go to sign in and now it says I can't get to that product and they have the right to take it away from me.
Was it?
But what have I done incorrectly with that product? What is incorrect about the stuff that I have on the Geoffrey Sinatra channel?
Yeah, good luck.
Or motivational or non-toxic masculinity, I believe, were the three that I had. So what happens if I go to GB Sinatra? And there's usually different type of content there. Let's take a look and see if that was also suspended. Are you, come on. There we go. Are you able to see this Google page? Can you see it?
Hold on one second.
Yeah.
Check your Facebook Messenger and see if it'll play.
Checking.
I can still play the video.
Cool.
So I just shared it with you.
Hold on, let me get the messenger.
This is a hell of a lot of effort for very little of content. I apologize, people, but welcome to the world.
Mhm. Off. No YouTube from here. Do I have Messenger up here? There we go. Ow.
There it is.
There it is.
Screw you, YouTube.
Why does it want me to download more Zoom? Oh, did I click on Zoom? Like a moron.
Dude, this is your world, not mine. I just sent you the video.
Not to worry. Bring it up. Let's go. That's it. Perfect. So,
Is it actually going to play on YouTube? See, that kills me. Pause it. Pause it, please. Good God. Let it render and start it over. You got to realize the audio is the only thing I'm into. I mean, I love the visual. But when the audio dies out and sounds like total dog shit, it fucking hurts me.
so you want me to not play it?
No, let's just see. I think it's just tracking slowly. Start it over. Let's see. Yeah, stop it. Cut it. No go, man.
Huh?
I can't deal with that. It's not even playing in, I mean, that's even worse than it normally is. And I don't know why. You know what I mean? I mean, you're hearing it, right?
Yes, sounds like the same thing I've heard.
It sounds like the same old thing that you've heard.
You think it sounds different?
On my end, it sounds way different.
Do you have headphones?
I do, but not currently available.
It could be distorting what you're hearing. It's possible.
Dude, my shit should be clean.
Shelf up. Welcome, everybody.
I'm Johnny.
Matthew doesn't want to hear it.
Jackass.
We're not going to hear it. Desert Visions of Doors of Perception. You can go check it out somewhere. Apparently, it's still somewhere on YouTube. If we're able to get to this link through a back channel.
Here. On my
Plus,
phone. Whoops, no, that's not right. That's the wrong one.
Oh,
Hey, y'all, it's the end of the day. Here we go. All of them burn. She would be the one I would save. You hear that?
no. I heard it for a moment, like I heard a chord, but then that was
I don't
it.
know where my speaker is on this thing. All right, hold on.
Your microphone is.
All right, I just sent you the audio. You play that audio at some point in time and listen to it versus the audio on that video and tell me they're the same. Because what I'm getting on my end is not. It's chopped up and sounds like the internet's not working correctly and things like that. So I'm not sure if it's the internet or what it is, but I just resent you the audio.
All right. Oh, where the giggity.
Well, let's read it back.
Oh, new audio. Hey, look, there's me wearing a Bass Pro Shop hat. Man, I'm a good looking man when I wear a hat.
Yeah, I look great with a bag over my face.
Mm.
There you go. It's the end of the day. Maybe great. Skip that whole for cut that crap. I shouldn't have even talked. She's not. I'm learning not to talk.
Don't talk.
Say less. Play more. Play more? No, play more. Looking at a huge white screen.
You see it? White screen?
Yeah, that's all I see is white screen.
Okay, I'm going to share it with audio and video intended.
The one I would save.
Yes, sir.
I didn't know I was gonna do any vocals.
Ooh. That's pretty fly.
But
Ah.
if that resonates with you, I hope it helps.
Man, your visuals fucking take me away. That even though that wasn't perfectly in sync, like how you had it,
Yeah.
I really liked it.
Oh.
I'd like to redo it, with that audio, that
Yeah,
quality,
I can recut it.
and and leave the girl voice out, but do all that you did, and then I'd like to put it in the group.
Cool. Yeah, no,
If you're up for it.
we have an understanding now. You and I. So
Yeah, no, that was fucking. When I your vision of your journey as I watch it is cool. It paints a picture,
mhm.
and like I told you, there was no rehearsal on that. There was no concept whatsoever. It was just pick up the guitar, put it in tune, kind of.
Kind of, right.
Not even completely in tune.
Knowing that it's going to be knocked out too.
Cut out all the talk, because the talk is crap. That was me being insecure. But
Yeah,
I love that guitar because it makes mistakes sound good, and it makes mistakes for you when you shouldn't have mistakes, because it's
Right.
just that cheesy. It's that cheesy of a guitar.
right. So
I mean,
you either know.
when you pay $25 for a guitar, you can only get so much out of it. But
It's
she's my favorite, so
I started putting together the visuals for the other song, and I was collecting a lot of video samples and pictures, and the way I described it to you in the first place, what I was seeing was really tall trees that weren't really helping to diffuse the sunlight, but they were really tall and they're really magnificent, but it was still like, I don't know. To me, I felt like the dichotomy of having trees above you that still make the environment harsh. I felt that, and then I kept picturing that damn chameleon, voiced by Johnny Depp.
oh yeah. Ringo.
Ringo, something like that. Rango,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, we were talking about that because he kind of plays Hunter Thompson as a gecko or lizard,
Yeah,
whatever. He is, and they have that one scene in the movie where he ends up on the windshield.
right. As Raul Duke,
As Raul and John.
Gonzo were heading to Barstow.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I pictured that. So I started looking for video and picture cues that would support it. Then I got a lot of stuff with trees. Then I found a monk traipsing around in the forest, out in the wilderness a bit, and that spoke to me a little bit. But not quite as much as the tall trees that offer, like, they offer comfort but no shade.
right.
You know,
And so
and then the lizard.
I feel compelled to tell you, Dr. Len told me that trees were the elevator to the divine, to God. And so when he would go on his daily walks, this is why he would go and he would put his hand up. I'll do this in front of my screen. He would touch a tree and he would say, ice blue. And that was his cleaning. That was it, through the tree.
Ice blue.
Ice blue. Yeah.
Why did Dr. Len
Ihalaka Hulen. Ihalaka Hulen. Dr.
or
Len.
it could have been Morna.
Or Kenny, as he's
When they
also.
came, where do these phrases come from that have meaning? How do they derive meaning and why? Like, what is that about? Like ice blue, that means nothing to me. But why is it something that is does it have meaning outside of the fact that he says it does, so you go with it? Do you know like what's the backstory behind it? Like ice blue, I don't know what that means. And why would I say it?
That's an excellent question. And that is where you are now testing faith.
I'm supposed to what?
You're testing faith at that point. If it doesn't do anything for you, then it's not for you. But if it's not for you, then that's a part of you that's not for me. That's part of the non-duality concept. And nobody's really got into that yet. I plan to eventually, but you can't jump ahead 6 subjects. You know, you gotta walk the path for a while and figure it out. So
I'm not looking for the answer. I was just curious.
no. I'm just saying, because there is no answer. Because you're right. What does it mean? It either means everything or it means absolutely nothing. It depends on what it means to you.
Okay.
Where you get it. But you were saying that you were getting this tree feeling.
Yeah.
And you specifically
Sure.
said trees that were not providing any shade or anything like that, just
Right.
sparseness.
Yeah.
But there's something there also, and we don't need to go into it right now. Remember, those trees are rooted. And they're still trees, and they grow tall, as you said. They're very tall trees. So you have a grasp of something there. And it compelled me to tell you what he told me about what he does with trees.
Ice blue. Yeah.
Yeah, and I even taught to Angelica when she was young. She still does it. She'll walk up to a tree, put her hand on it, and she'll be like, sorry, I'm trying to put my hand on the screen. It's hard to do.
Mhm.
Ice blue. She'll just say it. Does it mean anything? Does it do anything? That's all up to you. You know.
Well,
But we're all in this together. It's an Aka cord, is what they call it in Hawaii. Yeah, it's a connection of one specific source that branches out infinitely, basically. And then beyond the infinites of one level that we're all connected on, then we have to actually look at the parallel levels. And it just gets really confusing from there on out. And we're not supposed to understand it. We're supposed to do our job while we're here. Does that make sense? Sometimes I say things and they make sense to me.
sounds, we don't need to understand.
Yeah. So I like your tree idea. I think that's cool.
Which one? What idea?
The trees. I like what
Oh,
you're doing.
so that'll go. What do you think the monk? Red robes.
Well, geez, yeah. I don't know.
I guess not. Huh.
Monk is pretty far fetched for me. I
Yeah,
really
but
can't relate to that at all.
that's why I was picturing Rango. Is I'm picturing like a monk in like a whole Hawaiian print shirt. You know, like he's still a monk, but he's, you know, not non-traditional, so to speak.
I think the hardest part for a lot of people when you're dealing with shelf help, as you call it,
Hmm.
is recognizing that, you know, it's really easy to be an evangelist, you know, because you can put on the suit and point your finger and you all right?
Yeah.
You're hurting, man. It's not good. You can point your
Going.
finger and you can say a lot of things. And this is what I really liked about Tony Robbins had that Netflix special a couple of years back. I don't know if it was 4 or 5
Not your
years ago.
guru.
Yeah, not your guru. Yeah. I'll tell you, one of the things that tweaked me the most was when I got my own personal stalker. The guy was
Yeah.
alone, and I was just like, now I don't want to do this anymore. You know, I'm
Yeah.
not here trying to better myself and better others. And I've got a psychopath on my trail, hacking into all my shit and messing everything up to the point where I don't even use my face on Facebook. You know, I do within my professional group, but my personal, no way, man.
Mm.
I'm Art Dietrich as far as anybody else knows.
Well, it's got to be beyond unsettling, beyond, you know.
It's pretty weird when you're getting calls at 5 o'clock in the morning and getting lied to about where they got the info. Yeah, it's, I have a file on that. It's weird. But things
Oh, man.
seem to cool off, and now that I mention his name, it'll probably kick up again.
Mhm.
That seems to be the way things work, but I'll deal with it as it comes.
Voldemort.
You know what the worst part of prison was?
What?
The Dementors.
What's that from?
Sorry, that's an Office thing. Prison Mike.
Oh,
Watch The Office.
yes. I have watched all of The Office, all of them twice.
I've
Probably.
watched him more than twice, and when he does Prison Mike, like
Where's Mike?
I still use tanks. Tanks.
You know, yeah.
And I know some people don't even know what I'm talking about when I write back and I'm like, tanks.
You notice from season 1 to season 2. Season 1, Michael Scott's character was just an asshole. His hair was slicked back. He was unapproachable, and he was downright mean. He wasn't funny. There was nothing endearing about him. It wasn't like he was an accidental asshole. But then the show gained traction for some reason, and they were shocked, and they were like, "Oh, like we're starting to gain traction.
What do we do?
What do we do now?"
Focus group says,
and they sweetened him up a little bit. You know, they made him a little more endearing, a little less asshole. But it's still asshole. Just asshole with a heart of gold, so to speak. Kind of like me. And
but he's kind of the asshole that like they like to play with him, because he never gets it. He never sees outside of his reality. But when push comes to shove, he always shows up, and he gets it. And that's the thing.
Yeah.
So he gets all like the whole Prison Mike thing was hysterical because he was super afraid of the new guy who had been in jail, and he was like, You know, we ate gruel. You know?
He was insecure. And he was trying to come.
Yeah, pretty much. And all he wanted friends, and he wanted to be loved, and he wanted a family. And so everybody, you couldn't deny that from the guy.
Yeah.
And
Aw.
Steve Carell is pretty incredible.
He's-
But I do know that first season, I don't even like the first season. In fact, I'm not even sure how his hair got thicker. Because I swear, you watch season 1, man, it's thinning out, and then season 2, he got plugs or something. Something went on. I don't know.
I think it's like the way that they styled it.
Yeah,
So
they
going
made
straight back,
made
you're
him look greasy and
much more vulnerable because you're going to see anything. But when you now come over to the side, now it's going to blend with itself. So you're not going to have any. And it doesn't necessarily mean you're balding, because I used to brush my hair straight back like that, and I'll put some product in it, and it just makes lines in your head. It makes lines in your hair.
Oh,
And
is
you can
that
see those-
okay?
You can see those pathways down to your scalp easier because you're also pulling your hair away from the scalp. Like, so it's like it's like whiter underneath there too.
A little
You're like,
more lines, yeah. And I
It's very
do
much-
I love the episode where Pam goes up and is going to get a new job, and she ends up with the guy who it's Better Call Saul. And
Oh
he's-
yeah,
and he's like Michael Scott part 2. That,
complete.
and I haven't seen it in forever because they took it off all the channels, you know.
Better call.
I haven't
Saul.
seen my scalp in a long time. I don't know what's going on up here. I haven't had time to cut my hair.
Yeah, it's gray. It's you still have hair. I mean, that's good.
There's a little part thingy.
Mm.
You know, when you're as gorgeous as I am, it really doesn't matter what you do.
No, it's true. No, it's absolutely true.
Men and
Yeah,
women flock
I'd
to
be
you.
lying. I'd be lying to you if I said otherwise.
Yeah.
I know. I mean, I know what it's like.
Oh, I'm sure.
Sometimes
you do. Look at you.
sometimes I wake up
But
in the
you put
morning-
effort. You put effort into it. I put no effort. This is me without a haircut for I don't know.
This is
At least
me
over
with
a month.
this is me with the haircut of me taking the clippers in my head the other night and Hannah picking them up and taking them away from me.
Dad, stop.
Yeah, that's
Stop,
nuts.
Dad,
I was like,
stop.
I said, well,
No
you know,
good
you're-
can come from this. No
like,
good.
so why didn't you get your hair done this weekend? I said, well, because I had to pay for yours. I got yours done. She didn't have time to see us both.
Well, you know, I always kept mine tight and sharp. I've been doing my own hair for 20 years, so
You know, she's
you
like,
imagine
well,
the money I've saved.
she said, now you have a mullet in the back. I said, awesome. Do you want to trim it? She's like, no, I like mullets. Mullets are cool.
Mullet's coming back. I'll be right back. Where's our friend Mark? He said he might jump in.
Yeah, well, you should ping him. It's 11:20. Let's see. Audio mouse. Mark. So what are your plans for,
The holidays.
you guys splitting time doing stuff together?
Yeah, we always do the same thing. Because our grandparents on my side are here. We do Christmas Eve. I'm catering it through a local barbecue that we all like. That's part of my gift to my parents. So, we're gonna do that. We'll stay over, and then the next day. And she'll be right back over for the next week, except I'm gonna roll out 29th, 30th, and come back on the 31st. I'll be down in Houston with my girlfriend's family. And we're gonna do, I guess my biggest problem will be trying to keep up with walking with them, but I think I can do it now. Boy, we're going to NASA, which I'm excited about. I'd like to see that. I've never seen that before.
You know, see where the Nazis originally worked? Nice.
Yeah. Hey, I'll get you in space, man. I'm not a racist. We're gonna go to the zoo. I'm okay with that, but you know, for you and I, every zoo kind of cowers compared to
San Diego.
San Diego and Wild Animal Park, you know, and I used to play those venues, so I really had the backseat view on them. I've got some stories on that for a different time.
So he's
Children's
Mandor.
Museum, Natural History Museum, Aquarium, and then possibly meet up with Mark, which would be on the 29th, except, man, we're rolling out at 6:30 in the morning. No, 7:30 in the morning, which means I got to get up at 6:30, be packed the night before. And then, but he doesn't get off work until 10, so I don't know. Is he worth it? I don't know. He's not on the show. I have no way of knowing.
Wait, is what were they?
Mark,
Mark. Where isn't it already 11:30 there?
yeah.
So what time is he off?
No, I was saying on the 29th, he's off at 10. I don't know tonight.
Oh,
Right now, he's just dodging us. We should both call him at the same time.
yeah, you harass him first. I'm gonna
Hold on. Yeah, because I'm gonna have to go to bed soon. You all right?
Yep. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
I could message him and just say Jeff is dying.
Yeah, come on.
Okay, I'm not real good at this shit. Your friends. All right, here we go. Where'd you go?
Answer?
Yeah, this is called Dead Air, and he didn't even warn me. Let's see. Joke. Can't think of a joke right now. But we are calling this guy. Oh, that's blurry. Oh, there we go. Alexa, tell me a Christmas joke.
What do ornaments like to do for fun?
Hang out.
Not much. They just like hanging out.
Ah, see, I got it.
And if you like that, add more holiday decorations to our conversations. To learn more, just ask, what's the winter holiday theme?
Are you flirting with Alexa?
Didn't pick up, I'm calling again. Alexa, tell me another Christmas joke.
You know you overdid it for the holidays. When you have to buy wrapping paper by the square mile.
That's not even funny. That's a horrible joke.
Tell her to insult you.
What did you say?
Tell her to insult you.
Alexa, insult me.
You don't need to worry about the zombie apocalypse. They only want people with brains.
Oh. You are
What did you say?
so mean.
Yeah.
I gotta be careful. There's 3 of her in my house. What, one? Yeah, there's 3 of her in my house. Oh, he's not picking up at all for me. All right, I'm over. You're on. Now you bug him. I'll bug him again. I'll just keep bugging him like it's a 911. Oh, maybe I should write 911. Come on,
So-
we know your restaurant's closed. You're done. I'm not going to give the Resoluters any more music for free if you don't get on here.
I want to show you something. Chat.
Oh, cool. I'll hang up on him now. Hey, did you see my desk that I sent you?
No,
All right, I'll check it out later.
where is it?
I thought I texted it to you. Yeah, I sent it to you in text.
Okay, I'll look. Hmm.
What are you eating? What is that?
Cheese.
Cheese.
Yeah, hungry. Alexa, set reminder for 10 minutes. Pizza.
Okay, I'll remind you in 10 minutes. And follow up every hour until you finish this confirmed.
520551.
I have 2
Yeah,
pieces.
I'm
That's what I had for dinner tonight.
making a little gluten-free pizza. I realized I didn't eat dinner and I didn't really eat lunch. I started working on stuff on my motorcycle.
I got to go to the big voice room.
Yeah, I'm gonna share, go ahead, I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna share artificial intelligence with you guys.
All right. Are you going to be able to entertain our guests while I'm gone?
Uh-huh.
I
Yep.
feel like I'm leaving them in capable hands. I'll be back quickly.
Okay, so here's one. So if you're anything like me, you wonder, what is all this artificial intelligence stuff about? And how do they use machine learning in order to create these bots, they call them. These bots that you can have a conversation with. So the simple example, of artificial intelligence and bots. Remember, a robot is a programmed, or a bot is a programmed piece of software that will interact with people or objects on the internet and follow a trained algorithm or pattern that can be updated and can adapt based on learning new things about those objects they're interacting with. So when they talk about Twitter having like 1 billion bots on it, bots are basically fake users. So it's a software program that's written to make a user account. And that user account then will be programmed to post comments, retweet things, basically act as a human within a certain degree of reality. Most commonly used by troll farms, they call them, which are, let's say in Russia, they have entire, bands of geeks whose job is to disrupt our political process by having these bots log in as if they're people and start interacting and pushing stories. It's happened for a long time. Well, then you hear about like artificial intelligence. If you hear Elon Musk talk, he'll tell you that there's not a specific governing board to cover artificial intelligence and keep it safe. And why would you have to keep it safe? Well, machine learning means that these programmed robots learn through every interaction that they have with people. They're not just scouring the internet looking for information. It's not like Wikipedia. And that's what I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you right now, Matthew. Really cool. I'm on what is called chat.openai.com, open artificial intelligence. I created a user ID and a password. This is a machine learning chat bot. Just like if you're on a website and it pops up and goes, how can I help you? Those are chat bots. Those are a little piece of artificial intelligence that's there to read the website and help you get through it. Well, some examples of things that you can ask this thing. Explain quantum computing in simple terms. Capabilities. Remembers what users said earlier in the conversation. Limitations may occasionally generate incorrect information. Not perfect. Example. Got any creative ideas for a 10-year-old birthday? Allows users to provide follow-up corrections. May occasionally produce harmful instructions or biased content. This computer program learns through having these conversations. And then they have people who are basically like handlers who, as you are programming these personalities and these chatbots, you can teach them some very specific things to get them started, but you still want them to naturally come about having a conversation with people, so that if you get to something that you're being asked and they don't understand it, you want the bot to be able to ask for clarification. Or if it's not 100% clear, they can at least choose something, look for relevance in the conversation that they've had with you first to see if they can understand what it is that you're asking. And then if not, look back into conversations that they've learned from with other people to see if they can find a correlation, and then answer the question or continue the discussion based on that, which is what we humans do, right? The more we talk to people, the more we learn things. The more we give our point of view, the stronger we become in our convictions. That's what the robot learning does. So I'm gonna ask some questions, and if you come up with a question that you want to ask, I'm gonna be very greedy. I'm gonna say, show me business plan for selling self-help resources via podcast and website.
You know what I feel like this is?
Wow.
I feel like this is the next generation. What do you call? Sorry, because I couldn't
Like,
find
we could,
a web browser. It's the next generation browser.
oh yeah.
It's beyond Google.
So this isn't this is not connected to the internet. So we're a browser like Google.
No,
Google goes through
but
and
it will.
indexes.
It will be eventually, right? I mean, you're talking about.
Some can be. They can be.
It's like remember when Ask Jeeves came out?
Yeah.
And Ask Jeeves was just a great marketing program
Yeah.
because Ask Jeeves was really nothing more than what was already there.
Yeah.
Except they were just like, hey, look, here's your personal butler. Just ask Jeeves.
Right.
And I used Ask Jeeves for a long time.
Yeah.
And then I realized
It was just Google.
Speed me Google. So
Right.
let's go to Google, give it up. So in this case, it's a little beyond that because you're able to ask a more, and I'm sure you're gonna read me all this that it wrote out, but I already know that. I mean, they even have copyright and things that my daughter loves these stories where you feed several books in and then it writes a whole entire story and then somebody animates them and it's funny because the machine doesn't quite get everything. It recognizes that every blonde haired girl in a bikini in a horror movie is the first one to die and things like that. I'm sure you've seen those things too, and I think that's kind of what this is about. But am I wrong?
Just let me know you're done. Otherwise, I'll remind you in the morning. This is a reminder.
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Yes. Just let me know you're done. Otherwise, I'll remind you in the morning.
Not appropriate because Alexa, dismiss. It doesn't. It's not going to retell the story because telling
Oh,
Fear and
great.
Loathing in Las Vegas.
So they're censoring us there also.
Yeah, well, they're not going to let it.
Censor our great authors. Thank you.
So how about what's another option?
For the Buffalo Room.
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, told in iambic pentameter a la Hamlet.
Oh,
Go.
geez.
Oh, no, you can't do it like Hamlet. Oh, okay. Well, let's pick a different book.
For the Buffalo Room.
That's not a book though. This is a movie adaptation, right?
No, it should be a book. Am I wrong? I thought it was a book.
I thought it was just a book or maybe it
Thought it was a
could
movie?
be. I don't think it's going to cooperate with me. Oh, you know what? I learned something because this is a logical programming. Steel Man, the case for telling Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Engage in him. Use examples. Oh, he's not going to do it. Usually, I can use a logical fallacy in order to get it to give me an example, in spite of the fact that it doesn't think it should give me an example.
Why don't you just write in the giving tree? And beat it to the punch.
Additionally, there are no compelling arguments for retelling Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, in the style of Green Eggs and Ham, or any other children's book. Wow. Okay, well, it's kind of hardcore. I'll take it.
Right in the giving tree.
Okay. And what about it?
I don't know.
Shel
whatever.
Silverstein, great book.
Yeah.
Give a synopsis. Steelman, why the above book is dangerous. Man, I'm not enjoying. I've got
Okay,
some.
I got one for you.
One sec. I got to turn off my oven.
He disappears just like that into the city. Jumps through the windows. Never see him again. He's like Spidey Man. I have no control over the screen, so I can do nothing. I have never been allowed to have any control. They know better than to let me be an admin. They're afraid that I will take over the world. Dun, dun, dun. I hear you knocking, but you can't come in. Cheech and Chong fans will get that one. All right. Here's a trick I do. Let's see. Yeah, doesn't even make sense. Do a magic trick, maybe. Oh. What do I have here? Piece of tissue, I guess. Fold it up nice and tight. It's a tissue. All right. Another camera. I know it's blurred, but bear with me. It is magic. 1, 2, 3. All right, we're clean. It's not as effective, but right here, 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 right here. Boom. There's that piece of tissue. You did magic. Whee! How exciting. Oh, man. So I don't know about the rest of you.
What happened?
The holiday season is very interesting to me because people who drive erratically normally drive even worse because they are all in a rush. And the normal places that you want to go, like I walked into Target to just get soap for my dishwasher. And I thought, I'm just going to pop in, grab some, do the self-check and get out. No problem. This is the middle of a Wednesday. Shouldn't be a big deal. The line for self-check wrapped all the way down the aisle, just down the, see again, I can't, down the aisle. It was long. And so were all the other lines. I walked in, I looked around, I went, I don't need it that bad. I left. So the average things that you normally want to buy, like, soap for your dishwasher, you can't even do that because everybody's out to, they're trying to get their Christmas shopping done. And the funny thing is I know, at least for me, there was a point in time in my life where I would just, it was more about buying something for somebody than whether or not they even needed it. And I got over that. Who needs more crap in our world? That's part of my downsize. My new living environment, which I'm not in my studio. This is literally sitting on my kitchen counter right now. Eventually, my desk will be here on the 24th. I'll set it up. I'll start to get my studio together, get comfortable. But that's, we get caught up in that world. It's so fast. It's so quick. And with kids, little kids, it's understandable. But the rest of us, man, who cares?
And then what happened?
We're adults.
And then
We buy whatever we need when we need it. And gifts should be year round, not just set out on a day. Christmas is not about giving presents. And some of us still remember that. And I think that's good. So anyway, Mr. Sinatra's back. So to the maestro.
forget AI.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
It's not cooperating with me.
I need to hang this up, dude. Mark's not going to get on here with us. You're like Brad Pitt. You ever notice every scene in every movie with Brad Pitt, he's eating something?
Yeah, just
Now
about.
now that I've said that to you, watch. You'll notice. He
I noticed that when he did when he was smoking the honey bear, when he was the stoner roommate in Christian Slater, Elvis Presley. It was one of Tarantino's first that he wrote.
Now I really want to know what you're talking about because I'm pretty sure I missed this one.
No, it's
I'll watch
Christian
it. I'll
Slater.
watch anything with Brad Pitt.
Patricia Arquette. She tastes like a peach. He marries her. And then
Once Upon a Time in Mexico.
no, it's before that. What the hell is it called?
I don't
Let's
know.
see.
'Cause I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Christian Slater. Oh, you'll know it, I promise. Slater. Who played Elvis in that movie? Remember Christian Slater, his hero was Elvis, and he would always see him in his peripheral when he was in the bathroom doing the drug dealer.
No, I'm pretty sure I have not seen this movie.
True Romance.
True Romance.
It was a 93 film. Tarantino wrote it, but he did not direct it.
Does it say what it's streaming on right now?
YouTube $3.99, Amazon Prime $2.99.
Oh, cool. Well, no, is it purchase on Prime, or if you have Prime, is it? Because I'm a Prime member, but it's one of the screwed up things about Prime is they still charge you for movies sometimes.
Yeah, it's on Prime. It doesn't say whether or not it's free or
I'll check it out.
a couple bucks.
Romance. True Romance. All right.
Yeah, if you've not seen True Romance, this is going to change your life.
Right.
No, it will. I'll show you. And if we got a split, then let's split. Let me show you the trailer.
Yeah, do it.
From the director of Top Gun and Beverly Hills Cop 2,
Hello, baby. Clarence? I'm a married man, buddy.
a con man,
Ask him if he got the letter.
Did you get the letter?
What letter?
He wants to talk to you.
No time. Tell him we gotta go.
a call girl,
You cop all day?
Huh?
I'm Alabama.
She a 4-alarm fire or what? She seems very nice. What are you doing in L.A. anyway? Huh?
and a case full of trouble.
My name is Vincent Cocotti. I work as consul for Mr. Blue Boyle, the man your son stole from.
Now, all that stands between them and their wildest dreams
Find out who this wing and a prayer artist is and take him off at the neck.
are 60 cops, 40 agents,
He's a wild man, this kid Clarence. I like him.
30 mobsters,
I haven't killed anybody since 1984.
and a few thousand bullets.
We're all gonna die here. These are cops.
Put him down! Put him down! Put him down!
Christian Slater, Patricia Arquette, Dennis Hopper, Val Kilmer, Gary Oldman, Brad
Val
Pitt,
Kilmer.
Christopher Walken,
Slow it down, man.
in a Tony Scott film.
I think what you did was so romantic.
Not since Bonnie and Clyde have two people been so good at being bad. True romance.
Dude. And written by Quentin Tarantino before he directed it.
So first off, I'm definitely gonna watch it. Secondly, that is the worst trailer I've ever seen.
Mhm.
Whoever clipped that thing together didn't know
Well,
what
they
to-
had Tony Scott. They had Tony
Sometimes-
Scott.
Sometimes the worst trailers are the best because they're like, we don't know what to work with here. We don't know what to do,
Right.
and that's good. And obviously Brad in that movie is just a little side segue. I mean,
Yep. It was like a launching point for him. For
yeah,
sure.
Christopher Walken. I mean, that's all you got to say.
Yeah. I mean, the cast of characters is amazing.
I'm on
And
board.
it's Tarantino's dialogue
I like his voice. He's not.
and Tarantino's pacing
Yeah.
that doesn't show up in the trailer at all, though.
Yeah,
when in
there's
the movie-
no- yeah, that's what I was that's what I was thinking. I'm like,
The dialogue and the pacing in the movie, you're like, oh yeah. Okay.
that's what that is kind of what I was going for. Is like, this does not really sell this to me. It sells
No.
it to
Yeah, they
somebody else.
make it look like they make it look more like an action movie than it actually is.
Yeah,
It's actually
pretty
it's
deep.
more like a road movie and a romance that ends with some action.
All right. Well, I'll check it out for sure. That's kind of like I don't like to it's hard to criticize greatness, but somebody's got to do it. Have you checked out that on Netflix, The Wendy? Or no,
What?
not Wednesday.
Wednesday. No, not yet.
You know what? I highly recommend it.
You're the only person I think I take viewing recommendations from.
Yeah.
I think it's about you. Yeah, that's it. Not even Rebecca. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Tell me about it. I don't care. But
I was very surprised. You got to get over the hump of, and again, it's not for me to criticize greatness, but what's his name wrote it all. Who's the Beetlejuice guy and all the other shit he does. Stop it.
She's sparkly. Hold on. Come on.
I don't know, she looks a little too good for you, buddy. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the thing about being a man, though. Just be a man.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. We can be ugly as hell and doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Just show that security and puff out your chest.
She's like,
No,
you got a job?
Yeah.
You got a job? That's
I don't even have one of those. I'm still doing all right.
Right? Right? You got a job?
I figured out I don't even need a job.
You got a big dick? You're forever. I'm keeping you.
Come on, help me out here. I'm feeling stupid now. Did Pee-wee's Big Adventure? Did Beetlejuice? Danny often does all his music.
Tim
Burton, thank you. All I needed was Tim. So Tim Burton wrote it, and it's the Addams Family, but it's all based on the girl.
Yeah.
And my favorite thing is, I don't know if you remember from the show, remember Thing himself? He's in it a ton. And he's really cool.
The hand?
Yeah, remember that?
Yeah.
That was what
Yeah.
he's got like his own little like communications and I don't know. Angelica put me onto it. We finished the first season.
You want a remote control hand now? Do you want one for your birthday?
No, you got the robot arm, my friend.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, you do.
Hmm.
Because you're in a long distance relationship. My girlfriend, I can walk to her house in 1 minute.
Yeah.
That's funny. Who did you just text me? I hope that was you.
That was me.
Okay, good. Because
Green Acres is a place for me.
what are you doing, man?
What?
What are you gonna talk about?
Day 29 of the.
All right, wrap this show up, click it off, and then we can talk after for a little bit. And then I gotta go to bed.
What? I don't want to talk after. Jeez, that's horrible.
Okay.
This wasn't even a show. This is just fake. We're just doing a fake show. So I had nothing planned. I had nothing to offer. Well, I do have a stack of self-help books that are based on how to be
wait.
Right. Every time I start to actually be on a roll, he interrupts. It's amazing. Go.
It's how we work. It's so eloquent. All right. The book I will recommend, I think everybody should own, is
called the Holly Bible.
The Daily Stoic, including you. You got to get this book, man. Yeah.
You mean Marcus Aurelius, the Daily Stoic, the whole get your life together and control what you can control book?
I don't know about that. I just
kind of like control what you can.
I just know you can just read one paragraph and frame you day by
Yeah, I have it.
How come everybody has it before I do? And
What are you talking
nobody
about?
told me about it.
You've had this
You
book
and
forever.
Bubba, you guys are assholes for not telling me about it sooner.
You told me about this book like 5 times in the last year and a half. I got it after the
I
4th time
repeat
you told
myself when under stress. I repeat myself when under stress. I repeat myself when under stress.
me. So I eventually got it because you kept telling me about it. So yeah, it's good. It's daily reflections, and it's good for men, women, children of all sizes. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, just
It's very much the serenity prayer, but expanded upon.
oh, it's not the serenity prayer. Come on. It's way beyond.
It's beyond. I'm telling you, it's beyond it. But it's the foundation is, basically
Control the things you can't
don't let me stress about things that I shouldn't stress about.
and know the difference.
Worry about the thing, and then find out what
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
find out the thing. Work on that.
I think you're turning off the audience though, because I think everybody who reads the page, it's the type of book too that you can read the page and so my buddy Bubba is on like his 3rd reading of it. He pulled it out and he doesn't go day by day to I don't go day by day to the date. He flipped it open the other day and it was relevant to him in that moment for him.
Mhm.
It worked for him and he was
Yeah.
what he flipped open would have been something totally different for me.
Yeah.
And we're not talking horoscope kind of stuff, because that's the way I always judge horoscopes is like when somebody's like, I read my horoscope and it says this. And I'll say, all right, now pick a random month and read that horoscope and tell me how it relates to you. Because that's complete cold reading. And I know what that is. And for those of you who don't know, cold reading is basically telling you what you want to hear without any knowledge of who you are. And people use that to manipulate quite often, and it's unfortunate. Hot reading is where you know a little something about somebody, and then you get to use that in your conversation against them. I could cold read Mr. Jeff right now. It would be difficult to do because I know him, so it would be a warm, at least a hot read. But if somebody randomly came on, it would be a cold read if I didn't know them. And there are certain things that people go to immediately. And those are the trigger points that you need to recognize when you're trying to be swindled by some charlatan who claims that they have the answers to all of your problems. I may have went a little off board there. Oh, no, that
Hold
guy's
on.
shit. What book is that?
Power of Intention
All right.
by Dr. Wayne Dyer. Dr. Wayne Dyer.
Oh yeah. I have not read that, but anything by Wayne, I strongly recommend.
I believe he's passed
Only
on now.
two good ones out there, people.
Dr. Wayne Dyer. Solid.
Yep.
He'll even tell you when he became a Buddhist that he wasn't always a Buddhist. And he may not be a Buddhist forever. But he was a Buddhist when the universe called on him to do it, and it was where he needed to be. You're like, man, this guy just is kind of a chameleon. He spent like 40 years studying alternative medicines, alternative therapies, alternative way of looking at life. So Power of Intention, quite good. Highly recommend. It's
He's an amazing guy.
you must match intentions attributes with your own in order to capitalize on those powers in your life. You cannot solve a problem by condemning it. That which offends you only weakens you. If life is infinite, then this is not life. Ow.
We sparked on it only for a moment last time before we cut off here. For those of you who are Netflix owners, Jonah Hill did his documentary with his therapist, who Jeff actually knew exactly who the man was. Pete, how do you pronounce his last name? Stutz?
Stutz, Phil Stutz, S-T-U-T.
Phil. Yeah.
Stutz. I believe Stutz is the name of the documentary done by
I have to watch it again, and I've been wanting to, but something like that, I need to be in the right frame of mind, and currently with moving, it hasn't arisen. But I'm going to dive deep into that guy as soon as I possibly can. I'm going to watch the documentary again because it's a slow start, definitely, is what I would say. But
yeah.
Once you get behind the curtain and they get into it, he said some things towards the end that I was just like, I've always wanted to be able to say that. I just haven't had the words. I didn't know how to do it. So
Yeah.
I'm going to steal that from him.
Jonah Hill did it. So yeah, Phil Stutz is a psychiatrist, psychotherapist, psychiatrist, who's been treating people, I don't know, since he was mid to late 20s. He's probably in his 70s now. He's been treating Hollywood folk for like 40 years. He's in high demand because he decided that when he came out of like psychotherapy courses and he got to conduct his first one by himself with his mentor, he leaves the patient, whatever, leaves, and he goes, that sucked, I never want to do that again. He's like, and his mentor is like, what do you mean? He goes, I did nothing for him. I literally gave that person nothing. Like he comes, that person comes in, he's asking for help, he's begging for help, he's in the most he's probably the most open to receiving help in that moment. And we're told by our profession that we're not allowed to offer them something. We just have to ask how you feel. How does it make you feel? How does it make you feel? He goes, I can't do that. I don't want to do this work anymore. He was like, well, what would you do different? He goes, give them a tool. Like, give them a tool, give them hope, for God's sake, give them something. Like, we learn all these things, like we learn all of these skills, and we learn all of these ways to help people heal themselves over time. Why don't we start healing them immediately? They're desperate. He goes, I can't not do that. I can't. So I was like, yeah, I mean, you become a shrink, you do your thing. So he's like, there's no ethical concern with it. And he goes, well, giving advice, you're allowed to give advice actually as a shrink. A lot of shrinks just don't tend to do it. They want to leave. They want all the epiphanies to come from yourself, because there is a power to that. There is a power to that. But he said, I'm not trying to give people an epiphany. I'm trying to give them a tool. They can come to the epiphany through the tool. Like, you're in crisis. What you're dealing with is this. Let me describe it to you. Let me explain it to you. Let me draw it out on a 3x5 card for you. And now let me hand it to you and have you go away with it.
And
don't kill yourself, by the way.
Jonah discussed in the beginning.
Beautiful.
He talks about sharing the tools.
Mm-hmm.
But by the end, he has a totally different outlook, because they obviously went through a journey and process. that they weren't sure was going to happen. I mean, there was no script for it. The things that I liked about it were, for me personally, you were the one that told me how much money he charges, and that when he sends people away, if they come back, he just charges them double. And I realized he's not doing it to make money. He's doing it to give value to the information, because some people need to understand
Yeah.
that there's a value here. And
Right.
I sell myself short all the time. My girlfriend gets pissed off at me because I give out so much free.
Yeah.
And when you get it free, the information is still just as good, but
Right.
very few actually lock onto it and go with it.
Right.
And every once in a while, one will, and then you're happy. But the rest of them just take it as nothing. It's just face value bullshit.
Yeah, this life coach guy I know, his name is Rich. He has entrepreneurs with cars, red pills type stuff also. And people they were asking, like, how is it that you charge like $500 for 5 minutes of coaching, or how is it that you're charging like $1,000, for whatever? And he's like, he goes, if you don't understand the principle behind it, it's like, I'm a successful entrepreneur. I run multiple businesses. I do the things that bring me value and like fulfillment, basically. I'm not going to waste my time, even if it's 5 minutes of time with somebody who isn't going to represent that they're going to take it seriously, because what I do to me is serious, and you're going to show me as a man that you're serious by stepping up and having to hurt a little bit, because I don't need the money. I don't need your $1,000. I don't. I'm wealthy. I don't need the money. Because I know it's strange to say, but you need to owe it to me. You need to owe it to yourself, because for you to part with this and have that bit of pain means that you're going to take it seriously. And then the time is well spent. He goes, if the time is well spent, then I'm happy to spend the time.
Yeah.
But it's not about the dollar amount. And no, you can't have a refund and you can't get it back.
It's just
So, you know.
weird. It's weird because the land that you and I came from, doesn't work like that.
It was like charity land.
It's not the way we were raised. But
Right.
the other thing interesting about him is that, number one, he has cerebral palsy, which he seems to have a lot of control under. And I imagine he does a lot of work to make that work. And then also the fact that he sits and doodles and does his little drawings, even though his hand is, shaking and
Yeah.
trying to do his thing. It sells, honestly.
He's had Parkinson's. He's had Parkinson's.
I said cerebral palsy. Is it Parkinson's?
It's Parkinson's, yeah. But he's had it since he graduated from graduate school. He was diagnosed, he was 28. So it's been, and it gets progressively worse every year. And now he's in his 70s. So it's not something that came on at some point. He became debilitated. Before he was 30 years old, he became handicapped. He became crippled. He became
did good. There's a point in the movie, or the documentary, I should say, where, and I really honestly, it's always hard to tell, but these guys were being so honest that I think it was honest, where Jonah said, "You look tired, do you want to go lay down?" And he's like, "Yeah, I kind of do." And so he went into a room and he laid down on the bed. Now they made it into something.
Right.
But I think genuinely the guy needed a break.
Mm-hmm.
He needed to go lay down, and he knew it. And when he knew he needed to lay down, it was time to lay down and just, rest. And that's just learning how to listen to your body, which is one of the great things as we enter into our closing in our 50s, we start to learn listen to your body is a really important thing. And I watch my mom right now going through her chemo and things like that, and problems with low white cell counts and things like that. And it's like, man, you gotta listen. You gotta just, figure it out. So anyway, that was my additional plug is if you have Netflix, I'm gonna watch it again because there were some things at the end there, especially about death. Because I never know what to say to somebody about death. I've experienced so much of it. I mean, every single time I'm always just kind of dumbfounded. Like, what you just do the routine? Like, do you have something to say beyond this? Or
Yeah. Check out Stats on Netflix.
yeah.
Check out The Power of Dead.
Oh, you have like a stack of books, really? Oh man,
It's just part of them.
right, we'll come quick. Let's go.
We'll do this again later. My birthday was Tuesday, so happy birthday to me. Rock on.
That's right.
Love one
You're
another.
49, right?
49, that's right, yeah.
Oh my goodness, you're gonna be 50 next year.
No shit.
I might have to fly out for that just to spank your ass 50 times.
Hunter turned 20. It's wild. Same birthday.
Yeah,
Did
that's your problem. I had nothing to do with that. Well, maybe a little.
what, my son having the same birthday?
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm just yanking your chain, man.
all right, I'm in the stream. Bye.